Welcome to the Tempo Store Meta Snapshot Breakdown for mid-March. The Witchwood looms over the metagame, promising big changes for both competitive and casual Hearthstone players. Excited as we are for the new content, there have been few yet substantial shifts in the standard ladder experience. We expect the last days in the Year of the Mammoth to be consistent with this snapshot unless a sudden drastic innovation shakes up the meta. Let's take a look at what Tier 1 has in store for us. Cubelock remains at the top of the meta tier list, with the deck's versatility and damage potential challenging even the most heavily teched counters. Hellfire and Defile remain powerful clears against aggro decks, while Mountain Giant and the Cube Doomguard combo continue to overwhelm opponents in the control matchup. Even with Rogue's powerful bounce effects, Skull of the Man'ari is still a problem with its ability to resummon free demons at the beginning of your turn. The only change to Tier 1 from February's meta snapshot is Murloc Paladin overtaking Dude Paladin as the second best deck in the current metagame, but only by the slightest of margins. The deck's ability to win outright by turns 3 or 4 makes Murloc Paladin more preferable in the race against Cubelock's turn 5 Possessed Lackey or Skull of the Man'ari. The rise of Control Priest also gives Murlocs an edge by being more resilient against Pint-Sized Potion and Shadow Word Horror, thanks to Murloc War Leader and Gentle Megasaur. However, the deck has adopted Vine Cleaver as a means of developing 12 damage and 6 tokens that make Sunkeeper Tarim a serious threat in the late game. The deck is more susceptible to combo Dragon Priest and slightly unfavored against Dude Paladin, but the Murlocs more than make up for this against trending matchups looking to beat Cubelock, such as Spell Hunter and Secret Mage. Among the lower 3 Tier 1 decks, there have been some interesting new tech. Dude Paladin has been testing Sea Giant and Dark Conviction to contest traditionally difficult control matchups. Seiko played Cabal Trafficker and Skull of the Man'ari in his Control Warlock list at HCT Toronto to beat a slower tournament meta, with Medivh the Guardian to override his weapon to retain the threat of Azari the Devourer. And Combo Dragon Priest has seen Wendello using Pint-Sized Potion in combination with Bookworm and Cabal Shadow Priest for greater board control, and Void Ripper to act as both a combo piece and a removal option. In the 2 weeks since the last meta snapshot, Control Priest became refined enough to not only overtake Big Priest as the top deck in Tier 2, but also reduce the powerful Barnes archetype down to the bottom. It sacrifices the explosive Divine Spirit and Inner Fire strategy of Combo Priest for a wider range of favorable matchups, especially against Control Warlock and most aggro decks. Xerios climbed to rank 2 legend with the featured list, which includes Zola the Gorgon along with Elise the Trailblazer as late-game value engines to pair with the deck's standard removal options. Lucre has been finding particular success with this archetype, making it to the grand finals of the WESG Hearthstone tournament in China as of writing this snapshot. Finally, Secret Mage remains as the second best deck in Tier 2 for its favorable matchups against both Control Warlock and Cubelock. The rise of the Murloc Paladin keeps Secret Mage in Tier 2, but the sheer presence of this explosive archetype forces control decks to account for the Mage's damage potential while climbing the ladder. In the past week, we've seen a Dead Man's Control Warrior archetype rise in popularity, thanks in large part to the deck's success in HCT Toronto, especially against Spell Hunter. While it has trouble against late-game powerhouses such as Cubelock, Control Warlock, and Spiteful Dragon Priest, the threat of Dead Man's Hand, Cold Light Oracle, and the class's wide range of removal options places the deck in a decent position to climb the ladder, especially with the popularity of aggressive Paladin archetypes. A well-timed Dirty Rat also continues to throw the most powerful combos in the current metagame out of play, making the deck all the more satisfying to play at the tail end of this expansion cycle. Though Pirate Warrior is placed in Tier 4 in this meta snapshot, it saw a sudden rank 1 legend by Killin' All Day a couple days ago. The Aggro Warrior archetype saw impressively high win rates against Warlock and Priest decks, and only falling below 50% against Paladin. It's possible this may be the drastic innovation we mentioned earlier that could shift the metagame in the coming weeks if other players achieve similar ladder results toward the end of the March season. This segment of the meta breakdown shares much of the same points as last month's snapshot, with one notable change. Secret Mage continues to be your strongest deck to beat the most popular decks, finding particular success against Cubelock and the more common Murloc Paladin. Dude Paladin still finds favorable matchups against Murloc Paladin, Combo Priest, and Secret Mage. Players more accustomed to aggressive or straightforward strategies are less likely to rely on Control Priest for faster climbs to Legend, so you should find greater success with Dude Paladin between ranks 10 and 3. However, despite the slower games, Control Priest is a powerful deck in the current metagame. This is due to the wide range of tools the archetype has against Dude and Murloc Paladin, Secret Mage, Spell Hunter, and Control Warlock. It's a versatile control deck with weapon destruction, value engines, and dragon synergies that can be teched for against most meta states on the standard ladder. As long as you face more of these decks than the explosive Cubelock and Big Priest archetypes, It'll be well worth the longer games to learn one of the strongest control decks of the season. We continue to see professional level players experimenting with top tier and niche archetypes to find the best strategies for the latter. It's an especially exciting time for the tournament meta, where aspiring players can better showcase their deck building prowess and meta awareness thanks to the competitive ban format. With HCT Bangkok and WESG underway this past weekend, we're bound to see some of these strategies affect the Kobolds and Catacombs standard ladder experience. What decks have you been running into? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel as the Temple Storm Meta Snapshot and YouTube teams continue to provide you the latest development. Thanks for watching.